Hello, welcome to the interview. For anyone watching today, who do we have on stream? Who's joining us today?
None other than Ride My Avatar.
Ride my avatar, Kyle D himself. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you, Mario?
I am great. Thank you for asking. Thank you for agreeing to the interview.
Yeah, no
Um,
problem.
this gave me an excuse to do something I've been wanting to do for a while, which is just get Digimon content creators on the stream and actually just ask them questions and do things like that. This seems
That's
like the best way
actually.
to do it. And we're starting with you, so there you go.
Oh, thank you. I do appreciate it.
No
Hopefully, this
problem.
goes well.
For sure. All right, so tell me a little bit about yourself. We know Kyle, the content creator. What's Kyle like outside of content creation? What is the Kyle life?
Um, a 9 to 5 job, a wife at home that I spend time with. Well, she's been over road trucking, so I get some weekends with her now.
Yeah.
But it's just all the fun, good stuff. Most of the time, it's either I'm just basically either work or I'm sitting here at this desk.
Hmm.
Basically, the content creating life.
That's actually pretty cool. I didn't know you were married. That's actually nice.
Hmm.
Like, well done. Very good.
Yeah, 3 years now.
3 years. I've
Hmm.
barely had a relationship last 3 years, so that's something actually. That's really
Uh,
cool.
yeah, this is technically my longest relationship as well.
That's not bad.
uh,
What do you do for
no.
work?
I'm work with logistics, so I kind of understand what goes on with the ins and outs of over the seas, ports, stuff like that. So when there's delays, I kind of get and understand it because my job relates to that. So it's all fun and games while you're getting yelled at by "Where's my product?"
I yeah, it's true. I've seen it on the card side. That my parents' business that I help them with, they're also affected by everything. Like when Christmas was going on, and everything in the world was delayed. Like we also didn't get anything. So
Oof.
it was fun. Like card players thought like it was just cards and toys and stuff, but no, it was a lot of different things.
Oh yeah, the normal day-to-day products that you get that help assemble like refrigerators or even just machine handles in your cars and stuff like that delayed left and right. It's not even funny. Like it's just it's bad.
That
And I know China just closed down another couple weeks, so that's been fun with that.
yeah, the world is a crazy place right now. It's and I don't even know what's going on, but that's okay. We're not going to talk about the world today. We
No.
are not. However, somebody did just gift a sub and had a question to ask. This is actually a really important question. When you make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, do you put the peanut butter on first, or do you put the jelly first?
A huge jelly fan, but it's usually the fluff first for me. I do a fluff and nutter sandwich, so it's mostly fluff first, then peanut butter, and then just squish them together and call it a day.
Okay, that's a fair response. I think that's actually what most normal people do. My chat can tell me if that's actually not normal, but I that's how I do it. So that's
And two separate knives. I don't like mixing.
don't no double dipping with the knives. Okay. Oh, that's good. Probably. Okay. Good. All right. What made you decide that you to get into content creation? Like, what happened? Did you wake up one day and say, you know what, I want to give this a try? What's the story?
So back when my channel was just I was uploading randomly periodically with Cardfight Vanguard. So my original channel, that's where my name originates from, is Ride My Avatar is one of their catchphrases because it's like riding your persona, your main unit, so that's where that name comes from. So while coming up with that, I just wanted to make content to try to see what I could achieve because I have a young niece and nephew that really enjoy like YouTube and stuff like that, and I always wanted to make a difference and show that if you put enough effort and time into something, you can grow into what you want. So I wanted to give them a belief that no matter what they choose their path for, it would help them like be able to achieve their goals and stuff like that, to prove that no matter what, as long as you put the effort in and the time and everything like that, hard work pays off. So it
Nice.
just, and then with that it became Vanguard Zero, and then once Digimon the trading card game got announced, I was like gun ho for it because I enjoy Digimon since I was a little kid. I mean, I started with the Digimon trading card game back when it first came out. Hardest thing to ever get your hands on, but you know that it's just been good to be able to actually play your childhood card game. Especially now, I actually have a paycheck for it.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's a that's a very I like that answer a lot. Going the whole route of anything is possible if you try enough, and for the most part, I do agree with that. I wouldn't be where I was if you know in my life, not just content creation, but like if I didn't try to do things and if I just gave up when things were just tough or weren't working or felt abysmal, I wouldn't have
mm-hmm.
anything. I'd just be some unhappy dude in a man cave, and nobody wants to be an unhappy dude in a man cave. You know what I mean? And
No,
like it just
not at all.
goes to show. You can have you can have different inspirations for doing this, right? You know, you
Mm-hmm.
can do this to educate people. You can do this to make money. You can do this to show people it can be done. It's possible. I like that. That's
Yeah,
really cool.
yeah.
What is your favorite part about content creation? Obviously, you like doing it, which is why you keep doing it. Um, but what makes you enjoy it? What gets you going for it?
I think is the just still being able to have the drive of, I want to see now how far I can actually reach. What is my limit point? I think I enjoy giving the matches and stuff like that, and challenging myself now is more and more trying to improve my videos and stuff like that, because now I have a small following. I have at least a good amount of people that like to see my videos, and talk. So it's just really good just to branch out and everything like that, and just want to see where my peak will be one day. I want to know when the time comes that I made my reach as far as I can.
Nice. That's a good. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that a lot. Um, one of today's subs has a question for you. Does your wife play Digimon?
Sadly, she hasn't found a knack for it, but she does play Cardfight Vanguard, so that's like one of our bigger, like, what I got her into was playing that card game. So when we get a chance, we play that one. So I still keep up with that card game as well.
Very nice. I used to play Vanguard back in the day. Um, I basically stopped when the original anime ended, which was Legion format. That was my end. I after that, the only reason I stopped playing Vanguard was because everyone that played in my community literally moved away,
Oh
and
wow!
I was literally just me, and I was like, okay, there's no point. There's no point. Nope.
I noticed that luckily with this card game, like Digimon wise, the major reason why it survived as well as it has is because there were so many community discords that went like, we can play webcam, we can play tabletop simulator. There's actually a constant group that's always looking to play. Where I felt like Vanguard, it still doesn't. I don't even think has a Discord where you can actually, similar to the Digimon 2020 Discord, where you
Mm-hmm.
can just find a match anytime of the day. You know,
That's true. There is literally no shortage of Digimon players, and I think that recent events can really attest to that. The game is really, really exploding.
oh yeah, very much so.
That's that's nice.
I want to see all these events cap every single time, our in-person ones. Every single time they
Oh,
drop one, I want it to cap.
oh, they will. Oh, they will. You don't have to worry about that.
Oh,
It's quite all right. Um, thank you for the follow, whoever just followed. Um, it escaped me, but I appreciate the follow. Thank you. Welcome to the True Mario Squad. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? The reason I ask this question is because I tell a lot of my viewers, like, the next, the Digimon card game is really young. Nobody knows what's going to happen. However, there are people that are aspiring to get good, or people that are aspiring to be content creators. And, like, I personally don't know if I'll be making Digimon content in 3 to 5 years. I don't know if I'll still be playing the game in 3 to 5 years. But it's really interesting to hear different people's takes on it, because in 3 to 5 years, the content creators who stick with it will probably be the content creators for the card game, the meat and potatoes. Because right now it's still young, but 3 to 5 years of consistency, a base that new players can learn and watch. I think it's really interesting. So where do you see yourself? Like, do you think you'll still be making content in 3 to 5 years? What kind of content do you think you'll be making in 3 to 5 years? What do you think? If
That's
you are.
that's a tough call because even now, as much as I want to continue doing this, there might be a point in time in 5 years when I start a family and stuff like that, and I can't just invest all my free time like I've been able to. There's going to be a time where it's going to get slowed down. My content won't be this daily upload. It'll probably become like maybe 3 videos a week or something like that. I'll make it designed like that, but it really comes down to what the 5 year plan we have going, where we're trying in like 2 years to get a house because the market's just been too crazy. But it's all the stepping stones need to fall in the right places for me to be able to continue, because also it comes down to if I have the funds to keep affording this game, there might be a time where I just put down Digimon and just say this is enough card games. I'm about to turn 30 next year, so there's going to be a time where I can't be old and gray and still playing card games. So that's like the things I worry about. I mean, I'm hopefully, even with business adventures and stuff like that, I'm trying to see if I can get even into owning a card shop. If I can do that, then I would be able to have a influx of content creating and stuff like that. But that's just another pipe dream that it might not come true. So it's tough.
Don't knock it, man. I made a card shop and made content. Technically, it's possible. I mean, I'm a
Yeah.
very small example, but there's also, like, simply unlucky on the much larger scale. It's not impossible. It's not a pipe dream. You could do it. I think the secret is definitely finding an area that needs the card shop. That's
Oh, of
it.
course.
But no, that's really cool. Uh,
Hmm.
no, that's pretty good. What are your top 3 favorite Digimon of all time?
Okay, so first off, anybody that knows me knows that I have a Lunamon mat that is my precious baby girl. So Lunamon is one of my favorite Digimon. It's just from Digimon Dusk was one of the few DS games that I got my hands on, and I enjoyed playing from beginning to end. And Lunamon was the starter Digimon that you get, and it was like the cover one. So I picked that one, and I love the line. So the Olympics 12 has been kind of more my favorite line, but followed by, I gotta say, I'm a huge Greymon fan. Is one of the, because just nostalgia and general, just loving all that. And as of recently, the third one that's stolen my heart a bit is Shoutmon. I've actually been rewatching, well, first time watching Fusion. I know I watched a few episodes back in the day, but I actually sat through the whole season now, and I'm actually enjoying it more and more. So Shoutmon has been actually really up there as well. So I'm excited when I get to see the Digimon I like. So it's I'm really hoping Lunamon comes to Digimon trading card games sooner than later. We're already on BT10 in Japan and stuff like that, and I still haven't seen her. I'm like, I want to max rarity that deck.
Okay. Well, good. Everyone has their favorites. Everyone's got them, I guess. We got another sub. Thank you, SJ Anthony. what is your favorite anime?
My favorite anime.
Yeah.
Uh so this might seem out there. I love Digimon, but my first anime that really stole my heart was Euroveka 7. Was kind of like my original anime that I watched from beginning to end. The Nirvash and stuff like that. It was a mech anime, so I loved that whole story. And it's just been kind of the anime that if I have nothing I really want to watch, I'll go rewatch that. I can watch that 100 times over. So I really do enjoy that anime.
That is not a bad answer. I I will accept that. That's good. My final question I have for you, unless I get more subs in the chat that want to ask their questions, do you have any people that inspire you to be you, to do the things you do? They could be anyone, like any human, other content creators, family. List them if you got them. What are they?
Not to sound sappy, but the person that inspires me the most and always has been the legacy that he's left me was my father.
Okay.
I've gained his golden heart, his kindness, his compassion, his basically a legacy of him because when I was 2.5, I lost my father. So all the stories I've heard about him is what I try to inspire to be, to live up to what would be like what he would have had for a life, you know? So it's kind of one of those moments that, I want to achieve the best I can every day and make him proud so that if anything in the future, wherever lines up, I can at least talk to him again
Yeah.
if there ever becomes that point.
That is a very, very fair answer. Uh,
Mhm.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that is all I got on my half, unless anyone wants to chime in. Do you have any questions for me?
So let's see. What? I mean, we could always go back and forth too. Like, what makes you draw into Digimon itself? I mean, there has to be something. Is it the card game itself, or have you been a huge Digimon yourself fan?
I I have watched only the original season of Digimon. Barely watched anything else. The only reason I really got into Digimon was because people in my community were like, "Hey, you're buying Digimon cards for us to play the game with, right?" I'm like, "Sure." And then it just kind of snowballed into this. If it wasn't for my local community here, this wouldn't be a thing. At least not in this form, anyway. I'd
Mm.
probably still be making content of some variety, and I probably would have shifted into Yu-Gi-Oh because Ruggles is the guy. But no, it just turned into that. Yeah, yeah.
Ah, that's very interesting. I know that when I Digimon started out, I hit up every game store within a 20-mile radius in the state, just going like, try to get this game, try to get this game, and I tried to push as much as I could with that. So I was glad that majority of the stores actually picked up the game and started hosting locals. So it was really awesome to see the community drive here.
Good, good, good.
Mhm.
Uh, I'm going to ask you a question from the audience, and then I'll let you ask me another question. Someone wants to know, how does it feel to be the only Digimon Market Guy?
I know I'm not the only Digimon Market Guy, but okay, no, um, that is funny, but
My chat's a bunch of trolls.
of course, of
Definitely.
course, no, I know you're the king of the ring when it comes down to Market Watch. I know that, but I do my best to try to make acceptable Market Watch. I I'm trying to at least incorporate the Europe side with mine just to branch out a bit. So, I mean, we all have our niches. You can't cover all 600 cards at a
Mm.
given time. So you're going to cover cards that I'm not going to cover. It's just you'll get the points. Somebody's going to get a point from one or another. We can't be sitting there scrolling through a market watch while TCG player 24/7 7 days a week. So I know you you might miss a card. I might miss a card. Somebody else might pick up on it. So Market Watch is Market Watch. I think it's everybody's kind of more search video, I think, at the end of the day. But that's just it.
It is super interesting. I do like the fact that you do cover the European side. I'll never touch it. That's not my thing. But that is cool. And you cover the pre-release cards too, which is
Yeah.
also your thing. The only recommendation I have on that is if it is your thing, you should probably do it at the beginning, like how I cover Omnimons at the beginning. Everybody
Hmm.
knows that when the market watch is going on, the first thing they're going to see is Omnimon. You could try that, see if it you know has an impact. Just
Okay,
try, I don't know, try it out.
I'll give it a try this week. I know I start search on Wednesday nights, so we'll see where that goes.
Okay. We have two more subs that came in. Thank you, Tuoli. That's that thing again.
Thank you guys.
Tuoli. Tuoli, do you have a question you want to ask? And SJ Anthony is question. Oh,
Oh
do
boy.
you like the feats? The feats.
Defeats or defeat?
The feet. Do you like the five toes? The feet. Are you a
Uh,
fan of the feet?
I know I have a friend that is like terrified of feet. If you come within 2 feet of him, like, not puns inside.
Yeah.
But if you show him your feet, he freaks out and he's like gone like Looney Tunes, like cloud smoke. So no, I have no issues with feet. Feet, I don't mind. I give my wife foot rubs and stuff like that. That's no big deal to me. Nothing. Feet don't bother me.
Yes. All right. That's yep. Thank you for the question, chat. I appreciate that. I don't know if
I mean,
I don't know. Tuoli, if you have a question that you want to ask, you should probably ask it because you earned it if you want it. Um, do you have any other
sure.
questions for me while we're waiting for anyone else to ask?
Um, What was like your first card game? Like the first card game you've ever played and made you inspired to play more card games?
Pokemon, ten
Pokemon?
thousand percent. It was as a child. It was the first game I bought packs for, and I basically only ever bought packs for that until Yu-Gi-Oh came out, and then I kind of did both. But Pokemon is actually my game. Um, yeah, it's actually my game. Like people, I think people get under the false impression sometimes that Digimon is my favorite card game. Or some people might even think because of my Yu-Gi-Oh affiliation that Yu-Gi-Oh is my favorite card game, but that's actually just not accurate. Pokemon is my favorite card game, and I make zero content for it. Uh,
Wow.
Maybe one day, but that's it.
Yeah. I mean, I think I started the same boat. I don't think I've played Pokemon too much. I started with it, collecting cards and stuff like that. But the true card game I got into first, my experience was Yu-Gi-Oh.
Mhm.
I really liked that more. That was kind of like the icing on the cake when and started the downfall of needing card games and stuff like that. I played Duel Masters. It's crazy. There's just so many card games I've actually put my hands on. I like people have video game addiction. I think I have trading card addiction. I
Yep.
just it's just so interesting all the different mechanics, the different styles of play. It's not even funny.
All right, we got another question for you.
Yeah.
Who is your least favorite YouTuber? Now, if you pick me, I respect it. If but the person did not specify Digimon YouTuber. So if there's a YouTuber that you just don't like, now's the time. It could be anyone.
I mean, I don't. The sad part is I don't watch many Digimon content creators just because I don't want to, like, what's the word? Uh, Influence my opinion based on other things I see. So I want to have like clean slates. I don't spend all my time on YouTube either. Most of the time I'm just listening to music or anime videos or anything like that. That's the extent of my watch times. But there's I don't really have a hated content creator. I really don't. I mean, I'm always thinking someone's always hates me or something like that. That's my more personality. I think just everybody's out to get me at one point or another. That's just my mind in itself, just talking to itself 100 times a day. So, so I really don't have a hate like any content creators I dislike or anything like that. So,
I think the only content creator, or only, yeah, sure, the only content creator that I just can't stand is Amaranth, because she completely warped the playing field. She turned her ASMR thing into just an abomination of everything good and pure in the world. And now
oh
everything
right.
is so twisted around it. So that's mine.
Actually, you know what? The content creators I don't like are the hot tub streams. Anything that's just doing that. If you do that, you don't get me to watch it. I'm sorry. I'm just not a huge fan of that. That's not content. That's just you should just be on OnlyFans, let's be honest. If you're doing that kind of streaming. That's my least favorite kind of content. Is just you playing video games in a hot tub and trying to use that as an excuse as a content.
All right, chat. That's the plan now. If I'm making OnlyFans, we'll do the hot tub Digimon card games on OnlyFans. That's it.
Oh my goodness. I think people would probably pay that.
No, Rebecca, I claimed it. It was my idea. I said it first. That's it. And there'll be feet. Lots and lots of feet.
Secondary camera just points at the feet, the other one points at the table, and then the other one just gets your face.
Yo, can
Done.
you imagine an actual feet cam? That's it. Done.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Just hang me out to dry.
Uh, you have any other questions for me, dude? Anything else comes to mind? The floor is yours if you want it.
Let's see. If are you actually excited for the One Piece card game? Because I know some people have been hyping that up, like, you know, the next big card game. So, have you actually seen much into it?
I I do my little Bandai research. I am not a fan of it. I don't think I'm gonna get into it as well. And nobody in my community has said anything. Like when it came to Digimon, right? People told me that they wanted Digimon. Nobody's told me they want One Piece. And I even went as far as asking once, and like nobody ever said anything about it. So I'm probably not gonna get into it. If like Bandai sends me a box or something like that happens, then maybe I'll open it up and make a little bit of content for it, like I did with One Piece or Digimon, but or sorry, not One Piece, My Hero Academia, but
Okay.
no. But I do have another question for you. Apparently,
Okay. Chat or you?
a chat question.
Okay.
From now on, it's only chat questions. If they sub,
Oh,
they get a question.
okay.
Okay. Do you know who Haley Steinfeld is?
Nope.
Okay. Have you seen the Hawkeye series on Disney Plus?
Yes, I've seen that.
Haley Steinfeld is the chick that plays Kate Bishop.
Oh, okay. Yep, I've seen her, but I don't know. Is there something I should be worried about her?
I don't think so. But the question is there anyone you find more attractive than that actress, Haley Steinfeld? It's okay. Your wife will never find out about this stream, I'm sure.
Back, I still give Emma Watson more of my heart with that statement back when I was like paired to her. There's not many people I find that, but once I got married, I don't find like my faithfulness to my wife is ridiculous. Like you could show me hot girls left and right, and there's nothing to it. I have no interest or viewpoints to it. I like once I'm very committed to the person I'm actually with. So, like that's just how I am. That's just you could show me any of them. It's I just don't see anybody hot or anything like that. I just my wife's my wife at the end of the day.
That that's that is most likely the correct answer. So I will give you props for that.
I mean,
Uh,
it's just been whenever I'm in a committed relationship, that's just always been the plan and everything like that and views I have. It's always been that kind of thing.
okay. Tayfrey has a question for you that he paid that for me to ask.
Okay.
Do you find Tayfrey attractive?
Sure.
Yes, there we go. Okay, there you go, Tayfrey. You got the answer to your question. I hope you're satisfied with yourself, sir.
I hope it was worth every penny. So,
So, got any questions?
like, you're Canadian based, right?
I
If I
am
remember
very
correctly.
Canadian, eh?
So, with all in all that's been going on, what I missed your stream yesterday. I probably should have watched into that, but what what was the end all hypothesis on what happened with Carta?
Uh, yes, you're asking the real questions. I see. All right. Um, I, I just think the way it was handled was not the way it should have been handled. Uh,
Mm.
to keep it the TLDR, I will ask. I will upload. I believe I will upload that part of the VOD to YouTube just to get a discussion going for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I just, I think it's a little weird how they cut the people because it obviously, well, people proved it wasn't actually like, you know, first 512 got in, the rest didn't. And I think it's really weird that they give priority entrance to a regionals and not an ultimate cup,
Yeah,
because we know Carta Magica is going to do another ultimate cup. Why wouldn't they just do that? Because a regional and ultimate cup are two different things. So I found that a little bit strange. But
they
besides
weigh a
that,
lot differently.
yeah.
Definitely.
Besides that, it's just I'm upset because the community is upset. But am I going to rant about it? I'm not going to rant about it. Um,
No,
there's no need.
no, getting angry about it. It's sealed in the stone. I just wish they made a more better apology than they applied, but that's just me. I wish they gave a more formal like we effed up kind of thing. That's all I want them to say. That would be the only thing I would want them is just like we really screwed up badly. We're trying to make this right, but this is our limitations. What we're gonna try to do.
Yeah, I truly, I guess the only other thing I find weird is that not all of the TOs clearly use the same software for running the tournaments, as we found out, and I feel like Konami, Yu-Gi-Oh, it's the same software. Every regionals, you have to use the same software. There's no choice. They have their own program. You put in the IDs, the costly IDs, and it's always the same software.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why Carta Magica is allowed, I guess, to use different software. But again, that's
Everybody's using different software though. Isn't there official
yep.
Bandai software?
Yes, there
Every,
is.
every, Everybody just bounces around. I know some people use K9 whatever that is, the
RK9. Core
yeah,
uses RK9, and I believe the other one that
PVG.
is doing the yeah, whatever the other one is, they
Yeah.
also use it.
Yeah. Or no, Top Cut's using it.
That's the
And
one.
then
Yes, thank you.
PVG uses best East Coast
Yep.
pairings. It's like, guys, this should be all universal and use it so that they collect the data all into one location. So yeah, I that does bring big questions on why they don't use all the same mandatory software. But let's see. Any hopes for the future of this game? Like anything that might intrigue you? What you hope for improving wise? It could be mechanics coming in, or anything like that, or maybe something gets corrected a little bit sooner than others. Like emergency ban lists might need to happen, or stuff like that.
I'm kind of fine with the whole mechanics of the game and the card pool that we have, and it
Mhm.
gradually gets stronger each set, and I think that's fine. I'm not. Four ice walls a little degenerate, but they fixed that. And besides that, though, no, my issues are the player base is large, thick, huge.
Mm-hmm.
They should be able to accommodate the people that actually want to play, and they're not.
Oh yeah,
That's
that.
that's the change I want to see them make, because they're big. They're not gonna fail, but they will lose customers. They'll gain them right back, but I don't think that's the way you should do things. Assuming that you'll just gain the customers you lose.
Yeah,
Big conspiracy theory Mario there, but yeah, if they just let people play the game, I think that's the thing they can
yeah.
fix.
No more caps on these things. Just go like, hey, this is XYZ. This is
Mm.
like go up to 2,000 players. Like make it 2-day events. Like I think that would probably entice a lot more players. I just the major thing I want changes is like the registration for the events. I don't like selling out in 30 seconds flat. I think that's like the biggest thing that needs some correcting. But yeah, I, there's just so much potential in fix more in-person regionals and events are going to really make it a lot more worth it in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
because those don't sell out instantly. uh,
Instantly, keyword.
yeah, they at least take a couple weeks because people have to find a hotel, living arrangements, renting, and getting down there, so it takes time. No, that's I definitely agree that there is a lot more improving there, though.
Yep. Well, that's okay. I do think that I am going to wrap it up for today, though. This
Okay.
went a little longer than I wanted it to, but it's not a big deal. It was a good conversation, and the
Mm-hmm.
chat's enjoying themselves, and I think it was very productive. So thank you for being the first to appear on my channel as an interviewee.
I greatly appreciate it, and it was a lot of fun. We had a great conversation back and forth. Chat was fun to be with, so definitely support all your content creators, big, small. As long as you enjoy their content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to help them out. Especially with Mario, hit his subscribe button, give him some love.
Hit my
So,
button, guys. Do it.
and if you're on Twitch watching this, rewatching it, hit that follow button.
Hit the follow button, too. That's right. Do it.
Do it.
All right, Kyle, I'm going to let you go. Thanks for joining
Okay.
me today.
No problem. Have a great rest of your evening.
You do the
Peace.
same. Bye.